Hi, everybody. I'm Georgia Rose, founder of Zencuda and the Zencuda community. And welcome to this third video in our series of videos about my journey to authenticity and how Zencuda was born. So, the seeker becomes the sage, how my podcast was born. This is a really interesting story. So, I was, dabbling in some YouTube videos and things like that because as I was on this beautiful journey of self-discovery and also going through angst, as we all do on the journey, um, losing some people and losing some situations and things and going through a complete transition where, it was pretty up and down sometimes, but I was definitely enjoying the journey and I was learning a lot about life, about myself, and I really felt the need to tell people some of what I learned. And I used to do a blog. I still do that blog. It'll be on our new sites as soon as they're up and running. And my written word and also some of my videos really seemed to resonate with people, but I never pursued it a lot because I was really busy on my own journey. And like I said in my last video, oftentimes when we're on the journey of self-discovery and we're aligning our soul with its intention and desires, and we're open to new experiences and we're open to direct experience, unlike the experiences that other people give us, we're seeking and finding our own experiences. And when we're in that consciousness, life opens for us. And that's where the expression, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, because when we're open and in alignment, the universe just brings us things. So I was minding my own business in my home one day, and one of my friends, Gina, who is someone that I know, but I'm not like close, like not a friend like you see every day. I knew her through business and, we were always friendly. And she called me up and she said, "Did you ever think about doing a podcast?" And I was like, "Well, I do video, but I never thought about committing to a real podcast." And she happened to work at a local studio that was looking for people to do podcasts. And she said, "Why don't you come into the studio and, see if you like it and try it?" And told her I would think about it because that was my new rule, not being impulsive. I was really thinking about being very present in my life. And I called her back and I said I would do it. And it was an amazing experience. I loved doing it. I loved the interaction with people in the comment section. It made me feel connected and it made me feel part of the world that I really wanted to be part of, a positive place where people were helping each other and supporting each other. And this little tiny podcast that maybe had like 2 or 3 viewers in the beginning has been growing and growing. And now I have people who watch the podcast from all over the world. The other day, someone was on from Australia. And it just gives me such a charge because I don't even know how people find me, but I also do know in the back of my mind and in my heart that they find me through divine intervention, through divine timing, that when you're open and you're aligned with certain energy, the energy comes back to you. And it all starts with that little whisper in our soul that I spoke about in the first video. If we can follow those whispers and follow that alignment, then the universe just opens up for us. And so all that knowledge that I was collecting all my years of my own journey to self-discovery, and now, gosh, I've been on the path a long time. Um, I could impart a lot of that wisdom. And what I found was when people responded and commented on the show, it gave me wisdom. And I learned from their direct experiences and their journeys to authenticity and their journey to empowering their soul and being empowered and living in their own authority and their own agency and really allowing themselves and myself to create our life, not letting life create us. And it was just a beautiful, deep learning period for me, and it still goes on to this day. I still do the Soul Space podcast every Monday night. I do a lot of video on my Zencuda channel on YouTube, and it's really, I think the whole journey for me, if I had to sum it up, was it started with a breakdown and losses, and really, really evaluating my life and going through that reinvention period and finding discomfort at what my identity was and learning how to metamorphosis and come into a new energy of my identity, and that became the breakthrough. And then there's a third part, and that's this video, and that is the breakout. And I think when we're on that journey of self-discovery, we go through the breakdown and we go through the breakthrough, and we realize we want to do things a little differently, and we want to live with our spirit and soul in alignment. but we forget the third part. And the third part is the breakout, where you share what you've learned and you share your wisdom with other people, whether that's through art or a healing space or a video or writing or just being a mom or whatever your soul's intention is. It's the breakout that really makes that intention come through and embodies it and actualizes our life to be in alignment with what the soul came here to do. And so that's how the seeker became a sage. Just followed one foot at a time on the track, on the journey to self-discovery. And I find that every person is got some kind of wisdom that makes them a sage. There's something in everyone's life that is a unique individual wisdom that they've learned on their journey and through their direct experiences. And so I use astrology to help people understand and find that more deeply. I also do healing work. And I just really try and be present and observe my life and bring that information and that content and that community spirit into Zencuda and the soul space. So I hope you'll join us on our community and look at our content, see if it resonates with you. And I hope what I'm doing is valuable. It's valuable to me, and it made my life really meaningful. So thank you so much for joining me on this video series. You can find all of them in the playlist that is My Journey to Authenticity. And I'll be putting more videos there. But the first three in the series are really an introduction to who I am and what the Zencuda community is all about and what Zencuda really is. Living powerfully in alignment with your Zen. Thanks so much, and I'll see you out there. Bye-bye.